Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Marcus, and I want to share a story that changed the course of my life forever. Of all the painful things a man might endure, nothing cuts deeper than walking into the ruins of your own home, only to discover the people you trusted most have turned it into a stage for betrayal. I don't say this lightly. One of the most soul-crushing things you can ever witness is another man making love to your wife. And in my case, that man was my best friend. They did it in my bedroom, our bedroom, the very place I used to feel safest. They thought I would never find out. But they were wrong. Let me tell you how it all began. The beginning, how I met Natalie. I met Natalie, the woman who would become my wife, just over 3 years ago. It wasn't one of those accidental love stories you hear about, where strangers bump into each other in a coffee shop or at the airport. No, our introduction was orchestrated by my mother. Mom had always been the planning type. That weekend, while I was home from work, she invited Natalie over coincidentally for dinner. First, I didn't catch on. Natalie and I started chatting like any two strangers trying to fill the air. But as we talked more and I noticed how seamlessly she fit into the evening, something clicked. This was a setup. My mom had placed her there, hoping I'd take notice. And I did. I wasn't annoyed. In fact, I respected the effort. My mom had done her homework, and Natalie, she was easy to talk to. We exchanged numbers before the night ended, and that was the start of everything. Falling for her. At the time, I was working as a consultant for a major firm, Stratwell Group. My job kept me constantly on the move, hopping between cities every few weeks. Long-distance work had already killed a few of my past relationships, but somehow, things with Natalie felt different. When I opened up about my grueling schedule, she just smiled and said, "Your mom already told me all about that." It made me laugh. Natalie knew what she was getting into, and that gave me a sense of comfort I hadn't felt in years. We began dating seriously. Every time I came home, I made it a point to be with her. When I was away, we stayed connected. Texting, calling, sharing pictures, telling each other about our days. Slowly, we built something. After about a year, I realized I wanted this woman by my side for the rest of my life. So I proposed. And she said yes. Marriage and the promises I made. We got married in a small but beautiful ceremony. My mom was ecstatic. This was her matchmaking masterpiece coming to life. Natalie seemed happy too. I promised her that one day soon I'd slow down, cut back on the traveling, settle more at home. But for now I had to work hard. I had to build us a future. She said she understood. Every time I returned home, I brought her gifts, took her to her favorite restaurants, gave her freedom to shop and enjoy herself. I overheard her once on the phone telling a friend, "Marcus spoils me like a queen." And for a while it felt good to be able to do that for her. For the first 3 years life was calm. Or so I thought. When things changed. Just after our 3rd wedding anniversary, I was given a major opportunity at work, to lead the onboarding for our biggest new client. It was a career milestone. But it also meant more time away. Long hours, extended trips. I knew it would put pressure on us. But I told myself it was temporary. I'd make it up to her. When I finally came back after a long trip, I was determined to be more present. I canceled non-essential meetings, spent as much time as I could at home. But something was off. Natalie didn't seem happy to see me. She was distant, irritated. One night, during a small argument, she half laughed and said, "So, when are you traveling again? I kind of miss having the place to myself." It hit me like a brick, but I laughed it off, not wanting to believe what it might mean. The night everything shattered. One night I was sitting in my home office, exhausted from work. I decided to call it a night. As I walked toward our bedroom, I saw the door slightly ajar. Natalie was lying on her side, seemingly asleep. Her phone was lit up on the bed beside her. I leaned over, intending to lock the screen and place it on the nightstand. But a preview image caught my eye. It was a photo. Curious and uneasy, I tapped it open. What I saw stopped my heart. Natalie, lying in our bed. Her head resting against the chest of my best friend, Ethan. He was smiling into the camera like they were celebrating something. Underneath the photo was his message. Asterisk, can't wait to have you again. Asterisk. Shaking, I scrolled further. More photos. Then videos. They had filmed themselves, making love, kissing, laughing in my home. In my bed. I felt violated in a way words can't express. This wasn't just betrayal. This was a complete invasion of my life, my trust, my dignity. But I didn't yell. I didn't wake her up. I didn't cause a scene. I calmly copied every image and video onto my phone. Then I set her phone back down. And went to bed. The confrontation. The next morning she was in the kitchen, making coffee like nothing had happened. I joined her, trying to hold my voice steady. I asked, asterisk, what do you usually do when I'm out of town? Asterisk. She gave the usual response, errands, catching up with friends, watching shows. Then I looked her in the eye and asked, asterisk, does that include sleeping with my best friend? Asterisk. She froze. Then narrowed her eyes. Asterisk, what are you talking about? Asterisk. I calmly asked her to unlock her phone. She refused. So I pulled out my phone, opened the folder and held it up to her. Asterisk. Then explain these. Asterisk. She stared at the screen wide-eyed. But there were no tears, no apology. Just one question. Asterisk. Where did you get those? Asterisk. That was it, no shame, just damage control. I told her, asterisk, I'm leaving. And if you're still here when I come back, I promise you, these videos will go public. Asterisk. That's when she broke. She cried, mumbled, pleaded. But I didn't stay to listen. Taking back control. That day I called my lawyer. I needed to know my rights. He told me that because we lived in North Carolina, I had legal grounds to sue Ethan under the alienation of affection law, holding him responsible for interfering in my marriage. I gave my lawyer the go-ahead. Not long after, Natalie agreed to the divorce terms. Quietly. She didn't want it to go public. But she begged me to drop the lawsuit against Ethan. I refused. This wasn't just about punishment. It was about making sure neither of them walked away thinking there were no consequences. That night something inside me died. I lost two people in one betrayal, my wife and my best friend. The people I loved and trusted most had desecrated the very space I called home. My bedroom now felt haunted. The walls seemed to echo their laughter. I couldn't breathe in there anymore. When I told my mom what happened, she broke down. She blamed herself. She had introduced us. Thought she was helping me build a future. Her grief added another layer to mine. Like my heartbreak had bled into my family, staining everything. Lessons I learned. If you've made it this far, thank you. Before I go, let me leave you with a few lessons I had to learn the hard way. Trust is fragile. Asterisk, asterisk, give it carefully. And don't confuse loyalty with blindness. Love should not cost your self-respect. Asterisk, asterisk, if someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Asterisk. Listen to your instincts. Asterisk, asterisk, that nagging gut feeling. It's not paranoia. It's wisdom whispering. So now I ask you, if you were in my shoes, what would you have done? Would you have stayed and tried to repair the damage? Or would you have walked away like I did? Let me know in the comments. And thank you truly for watching.